Everyone, welcome to my channel again. Today we'll discuss DFS traversal using recursion in graph. So when I was talking about DFS and BFS, that time I used stack data structure to do the DFS traversal. So any kind of graph related problem associated with DFS or BFS traversal. So if you know how to traverse this graph using DFS recursion, that is a small piece of code, then you can actually focus on the main problem. That time you don't have to think like how I can do the DFS part. So your focus should be more on the actual program. So that's why I created this video. Now let's quickly check how we can do DFS on a graph. Suppose we are starting our DFS from this node 0. Then we have to check what are the adjacent nodes for 0, that is 1 and 2. We have to pick any one. So first we will visit 0 and we will print 0. Then we have to come to 1 and then we have to check what are the adjacent nodes for 1. So that is 3. So we have to print 1 and proceed. So we have to go to 3, and for 3 we can't see any other adjacent node. That means the part of the 3 is over. So we'll print 3 and we'll come back, then come back, and from 0 we'll go to 2. So as we are going back, so we are again visiting the node 0. So how to omit this one? So for that purpose we need a visited array, as you know, like when to do DFS. So whatever nodes we are traversing, we'll keep track of that as like visited. Then if that is repeating again, then we will omit that thing. So this is a simple DFS traversal. Now how we can do this using a recursion, that we have to check. Now if you check here, so what we are doing here, suppose think like where actually we will write the code of DFS, that is a function called DFS. So when initially we will start with the node 0, then what we will write? We will write DFS of 0, right? So after that we are moving to the node 1 as per the DFS rule. Here also if you think like this is the single graph, like where 1 and 3, these two nodes are only present. There also we are doing the same thing for DFS 1, and here also we are doing the same thing for DFS 3. DFS of 3 means the starting node is 3, and we are coming back, that time we are doing DFS of 2. So isn't it a recursive function, like where we can make use of the same function, and the starting point if we change, then we can make use of it again and again. So here just define a function called DFS. So the parameter will be start point, like from which node to start. Then this boolean visited array field, because this one we have to keep on updating. Then a graph class actually, so that you can take or not take also. So the graph class will maintain the adjacency list and other information, so that we have to keep on passing. Now what first thing we have to do is we have to print this element. So whatever is my start element, that we have to print. Suppose I am starting from DFS 0, that moment I will print 0 and then we will move forward. Next, I have to mark that particular node as visited. Suppose we are starting from 0, so after first run we have to make it visited. Then I have to check for the adjacent nodes for that particular start point. So for 0, the two adjacent nodes are 1 and 2. So I have to iterate over that, and for each and every node we have to again call DFS function. So I have to call a DFS function for the first one and then the second one. So for one, now we have to call the DFS function. Then next, after coming back from one's execution, then you have to call 2. But one thing we have to keep in our mind is we have to cover this thing with this condition. That is, if it is not visited, then only we have to do a DFS. So what will happen? So for 0, there is two node 1 and 2. Then I have to do a DFS for 1. When 1 will appear here, 1 will print here, and then it will mark itself as visited. Then for 1, there is only one adjacent node is present, that is 3. That is not visited, so we will do a DFS for 3 also. So it will come and print 3 here, and then it will mark 3 as visited. Then when it will come here, as 3 has no adjacency nodes, then program will return. So it will return from here, then it will return from here, then here it will come. So once next node it will take, that is 2, and it will do a DFS for 2. So this is all about using recursion how we can do a DFS traversal. Now in the like ID we will take a bigger graph and do the same procedure with complete coding. So now if you look at here, so I have defined a class called DFS using recursion. So there I have taken one graph class where it contains the number of vertices and adjacency list, and it has a add edge method where we can add the edges, like from where to where we have to traverse. Then in a main method I have defined this graph. I have added all the edges. It has total 6 number of nodes, 0 1 2 3 4 5, and then I'm calling this DFS using recursion function, like the DFS function, and same thing what I have shown in the previous slide. So that way only I'm coded here. And let's check the output here. So if you can check here, so it is printing 0 1 3 2 4 5 in a correct DFS manner. So this is all about recursion, like DFS using recursion technique. Thanks for watching.